Alright guys, we're mounting the cows up, trying to get everything final finished on them. This bottom cow, the boot cow, comes down here like this, and you're supposed to put a cam lock on the boot cow. So actually the fiberglass boot cow, the little thin fiberglass, is actually all that's holding your large cow over the engine, bottom of the engine. I didn't care much for that, so we just took an angle iron here and mounted the boot cow on the firewall. Very sturdy, and put our cam lock in that. And now we'll go through our bottom cow will go on here, and we'll have a good solid attachment point on it, just like the rest of them all have. And I think that'll help. Maybe you're drooping a little bit. Cowlings over time will settle, and of course when you mount your front cow, it's up here flush with your, but over time as things wear, it will settle down. I've seen a lot of planes that way. So hopefully this one will stop, this will help anyway, be a good strong footing for your bottom cow. Alrighty. Alright, we're installing a little bling today. Putting the stainless steel wear strips on here. You can get them, they're optional of course from Kitfox. You can get them, they just have to get your fabric and everything on here. They bond on there and keep you from tearing up your fabric getting in and out. It's just a stainless steel cap. We got the other one on already. You can polish these up. I don't have a polisher, so I didn't, but I thought they looked fine the way they were. Blend right in. Okay, working on the doors today. We worked on the doors a long time ago. Back in another video, we cut them out. We drilled all the holes in here. Got everything ready to go. And you're thinking in your mind, you know, you got the brunt of that done. Well, not even close. We made the hinges. We haven't fitted nothing. You drill and countersink these. But that's not the hard part. The hard part, you've got to get all this lined up on your door. And to start with, you've got to have your butt rib closeouts on because they alter your door just a little bit. And so once you get them on, then you'll find that you have to put your gas shocks on here. So after you get them on there, this 3M tape, two-sided tape, the kind that you get one chance at putting on here, it goes between the aluminum door and the plastic. It goes right in there. But you don't want it in there until you get everything on. So we have drilled those, tapped them on the back sides. You have to mount these beefed up pieces here. They mount on there to beef up where the bolt attaches so everything's good and strong. And then you find out that you have to mount these on there for the shock. Well, to put these on there, you have to have the door attached on its hinges and stuff. And then you fold the door up to the wing, and you slide this up and down until it's in the proper place for the gas shock to hold the door open where you want it to hold it at the maximum height. So it gets 4 holes drilled in it here, 3 holes drilled in it here, and then it mounts somewhere up in here. And then you drill 7 more holes in this piece and rivet and glue it on. Actually gets bonded and riveted. So to do that, you need to take the glass back off again. So you don't want your two-sided tape in your way while you're doing all this. But when you hold it up there, be sure and get your piece of two-sided tape put on here, because that's the amount the glass is going to be thicker when you hold it up there to put your hinge on. So if that's as clear as mud, why, we'll continue on from here. We are ready to remount. We have held it up there, spaced it properly. Oh, and by the way, you need to leave room for the seal that goes around the glass, and this is actually what seals it to the fuselage. So you need to make sure you leave a little space for that also. So we have held it up. We have marked our hose and we have drilled the hose. We're ready to hang the hinges are ready to hang on this side. So we will get it hung and then we can position it for this. Then we can take it back apart and mount our other piece on the door. Then take the glass apart and put the 3M tape on there. Try to get that all back in. And then we'll have one door down. As you can see, we're gluing the other butt rib closeout in right now on that side. This one I did yesterday. And then, you know, this all sounds really easy. But in amongst this, all this stuff's going to be painted. And this is all aluminum. So you sand it down. Use your self-etching primer and then paint it whatever color you want it on top of that. So we pretty much spent all day yesterday when we were going to hang the doors. You know, I said I will put the doors on yesterday, and we spent all day getting the doors ready to put on, and we still haven't got a door on. So there's a lot to these doors that you don't see till you get to this point of the final hanging. So it's like everything else, it just takes time. Just keep working at it. Okay, the last thing you do on these, this is 3M tape that goes underneath the windshield here. And as you can see, Justin's getting the corner started. Once you can get a hold of it. Well, you take it down, but on the way, be sure and put toothpicks on here because we don't want this to stick yet. And as we go by the holes, well, we want to be sure and stick a bolt through the tape all the way through so it's held in place. And you put toothpicks in there. You just need a toothpick about every 6 inches. That's not too far. Right there. Just to keep that tape from sticking until we're done. And once we get all the way around and this thing's still in the right place, there you get a bolt. As we go around taking this off, and we put our toothpicks in, and then we'll pull we have full-size bolts in here on the corners to keep, the holes are oversized for your small boats so the plastic can move while the heat changes. We have big bolts that fit the holes in all 4 corners right now, holding the glass perfectly where we want it. But as we take this off and pull these out, we'll switch to the little screws, and we'll do the top 2 large hose last. Hopefully, before we get there, we can release the bottom here and let it stick. And the only thing you have to do now to release it is pull these toothpicks out, and she'll go together. And that, once it goes together, it's together. That 3M tape, double-sided tape. You don't get a second chance. So this is what you do to get it exactly where you want it before you let her stick. All right, we're ready to take the toothpicks out. We just kind of give them a little twist. They stick really good, but just try not to push down on them when you're using them. Once we get them out, we're ready to put the nuts on. We'll go ahead and squeeze that down, let the tape do its thing now. We got all the bolts in. As you can see, it is sticking. So now all we do is put the bolts in and finish tightening these little acorn nuts up on them on the inside. And we have one completed finished door with latches, cylinder, door, everything's on it. We came out yesterday, or I came out yesterday thinking we'd hang these two doors. And you know, when we drug them out and started working on them, we found out we wasn't near ready to hang them. And this turned into like a 2-day project. And we're going to have one hung here at, probably got 10 hours in on making the hardware. Of course, then we had to prep it and paint it and the hinges and stuff like that. But we have about 10 hours in, and we already had the doors cut out. So a lot to these doors that you don't see. All right, doors are on. Got them finished up. Fully operational. They go up like that for you to enter and exit. We still have to put the latch plate on here. But they're on. But they're on. They open and close good, so that's what we're after. Well, we did get a prop, by the way. I don't think I've done it. Well, I will do a video on just the prop. But we did get our prop that we ordered in March. That's allowing us to finish everything up now. Thanks for watching.